We're live. Hello, everybody. Hello, Nick. How are you?
Hi, Marie. Hello, everyone, as well. I'm fantastic as usual. Just
I
plowing
know.
through life. Oh, hello, Jasper.
Jazzy wanted to say hello to everybody. Thanks everyone for all the really interesting, amazing dreams and scenarios that you've sent in. It's fantastic. I think I've got them all this week, and I can see Marie's already popped one in. I think Kathleen's already popped one in. So, but I have to mention, remember, I don't know if I've actually said this. Remember, with Dave's dream, I forgot it the week before, and I put it up. And then he sent me a message saying if I hadn't left it for that week, he wouldn't have got as much from it as what he did, because he had a reading with Shana, who's Elise's friend that does those readings, and he said, oh, it just made so much more difference, miss having an extra week and having had that done before his dream came up. So, which I thought was, and he said, isn't it amazing, timing? And I went,
Yeah. And did he connect with the meaning of it too? Did he see where the threads would go through it?
Absolutely. And he said that when he looked it up in the book, it didn't make as much sense. But when I read the card, the Animal Magic card, he said that's when it clicked for me. So it was all perfect timing. So yeah, which was amazing. And there was another thread as well, which I've put in here, from Dave. Here we go. I'll put this up now.
So you made a comment. I forgot to mention, had a bear dream as well last week. Of course, we had a bear, didn't we?
We had 2 bear dreams last week.
Yeah.
I know.
A bear was growling at me and being scary, but after a while I had enough and told the bear, okay, that's enough, leave me alone. And the bear turned around and walked away. In the book, the description didn't make sense until you read the animal card. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. So interesting, isn't it? How that synchronicity. So many people had the bear dream, and they were saying, look, it didn't feel that scary, and felt like they were in control. So, and it was about awakening. So
Isn't that is astounding? And also a friend had sent me a dream just to look at, and in that dream had a bear, and I thought about, we had a bear come up in our show last week, and it comes up every now and then. It seems to be playing an obvious role for people. But you're right, the book doesn't really, if you look at Betty Bethard's book, for those that haven't seen it, the way she interprets it, you have to think of yourself first. What do you think? And then you can look at something like that. But that's why I like cards, because the cards allow your intuition to read into an image or a thought that's being downloaded for you. And you get exactly the message you need to get, which could be quite different to what somebody else has written. So I love how you did that, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I know Christine's on as well. Hello. So, and we've got some Marie's put in a dream. Yeah, let's put this one up. Here we go.
Okay, in real life, sitting in line, don't know the people, older man sits next to me and asks, do I know this song? I know this song. Maisie Dotes and Dozy Dotes smiled and sang the rest with him. Silly song we sang with Mum. I saw 2 swaddled babies side by side, blankets, light yellow crocheted, tried to decide what it meant, but decided light colours, so good message. Looked down again, green grass patch next to them as an adult bunny munching peacefully, baby sleeping the whole time.
That's so interesting, isn't it?
Mm. Mm.
So, yes. And it's interesting. I think, can I just go back to the message in real life as well, Marie? I think that was your mum actually sending you a message. I think that was actually a little hello from your mum. Yeah, because it's because I've had things like this happen to me, and I go, oh my goodness, I can feel mum's energy in this situation. So I think that she was giving you a little high.
Yeah, and there's a real feeling of peace and calm and comfort with this message too.
Yeah,
isn't there?
There is. It's really nice. It brings a smile to my face. It's it's beautiful.
And which means you must be open to it, because there's so much, we're doing so much clearing and have done for so long. And I'm not saying that we're through it yet, but it's just that you've got to give yourself a chance to breathe and let the good in. And I think we've got so much support from our loved ones that they're there waiting to do that for us if we allow them. So well done you, Marie, for allowing that in.
Yes.
I was thinking that was from her also. Need to laugh and smile. Yeah.
Beautiful. And it really feels like it. So, which is lovely.
Yeah.
So, and Kathleen's going back to the bear.
Oh, so funny. We were in Yosemite 2 weeks ago. We asked to see a bear, but not in a scary way. We were driving and saw a bear way up in the meadow.
So it felt safe, but you still got to see your bear. I love it.
Yeah.
That's creating. That's
exactly.
creating your reality.
Exactly. And now's the time where, you'll be sitting there doing something and suddenly, a documentary about a bear or a group of bears at some particular location will come up and you'll be led to watch it. I mean, that's just how it all works. It's to help build a story behind what's happening for you at that time. So isn't that lovely? Yeah.
It is. It's just such beautiful confirmation. So, okay, so let's go back to Marie's dream and the babies. So, light yellow crochet swaddles. Interesting. What are you getting, Nick, with this one?
Well, I know we've got colours and we've got the twos and we've got the babies. They're keywords there. The blanket. Think of them, what they all mean individually. But there's something we skipped over ages ago when we had a dream come through, and I don't know if it was Marie's or Kathleen's dream, and it had crochet in it, and it's come up again. I think actually this could be the third time I've seen crochet come up in a dream, and I'm wondering, I see that as a weaving together of threads. So there's something that keeps melding into our dreams a little bit. Like I think because we're seeing connections coming through now with each other.
Yes, very much so.
And I just wanted to point that one out because I know we haven't really talked about crochet as much, or if you hear the words weaving or see something to do with that, it's a way of communicating it. Yeah, what are you getting from it, Marie?
Yeah, and the babies, to me, it's I feel like you've actually given birth to something new in your life, and it's funny because the Lovers card came up then as well. So this is the two, this is the coming together, and it's even bringing something together like you're talking about the crocheting. So yeah, interesting. So I feel like maybe something new has come through in your life, Marie. It's, sometimes the pregnancy and the labor pains can be pretty tough, but then once the babies are born, and they're balanced because there is two, so which is beautiful. So I just feel there's something new. Yeah.
The yellow light, to me, yellow is happiness.
Yes.
You think of the sunshine and it's peaceful as well. And, like look at this light that's hitting me now. It's got a yellow tinge. And it's comforting me. It makes me feel, what's coming is good,
Yes, it's nurturing, which is beautiful. And a green grass patch. I mean, the green is healing. Green's a very healing color, I find. Heart-based color as well. So, an adult bunny, and a rabbit, we could call a rabbit a hare. And if we looked at it through the animal magic cards, the hare is insight. So the hare actually can go down goes deep down into the burrow. So, I feel that you, maybe you're trusting your intuition and you're getting insight more easily now, Marie. I don't know if that feels right for you, but that's what I'm feeling. There's a sense of peace with it now.
Yeah, that you've done away with the fear of looking at what is deep down inside of us, and you're accepting it. You're looking, and it's like anything. The more you understand something, it takes the fear out of it. So any work that we do like that, it does, and I love it how it said it was just munching peacefully.
Yeah, on the grass, being nurtured, being fed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
it all.
I feel like you have come through a big shift of some sort, whether it's spiritual or whatever. It's just you've come more into a place now that's balanced and new. So so that'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah. And that feeling you get once, when you have an experience, and we're sometimes quick to get to drop it and to get something else takes its place. I tend to really nurture those feelings, because we spend a lot of time nurturing the negative feelings in our life. Not to say you don't look at them, but to nurture those wonderful moments when you just go, oh, I love that feeling, and just keep bringing it back through the day. Just keep, and after a while, it just becomes this second nature. It's always there around us because we're creating it. Yeah,
that's so true, anything can become a pattern too. Like you just said, just keeping it in mind, being mindful of it, and just reinforcing it will bring through that positive way of thinking as a pattern, which is awesome. So so Marie actually agreed with you with that one too.
Oh, I love the idea of weaving together. Feeling different the last couple of days, talking with several, it was almost like I was watching me talking to them with gentle advice. Yes.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. So you've obviously, you're observing yourself, and it looks like there has been a shift. So it's real confirmation from that dream as well. So well done, Marie.
And there's something about you, Marie, as well, that will have, like you're talking about, giving them that gentle.
Oops.
Me.
Froze for a second. That's all.
Yeah. Who knows what's going on with my internet?
What happens when you're in the country. So, but actually I might do Kathleen's dream first, because Kathleen's on with us. So we'll do that, and then we'll pop back to the ones that got sent through. Okay.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Kathleen. The dream was I fighting off a creature with a stick. Daughter and grandson behind me. Was human, but like a scorpion crab on the ground. Stepped on it and kicked it away, woke up and asked for clarity next night. Completely different dream. My dad wrote letters to us explaining the incident that happened when I was 5, which wasn't true, but woke up, and in real life I remembered when 5, went on a trip and parents left us at a hotel alone for a few hours, and I was afraid. We had been on a trip, and my grandson was very afraid and clingy, wanted to go home, and asked my guys, why was he acting like this? They showed me how he felt, and also think he was bringing scary energy being to me with his fear.
Yeah, wow. That's really interesting that you've incorporated your dreams in an ongoing way with what was happening in real life, which is brilliant, Kathleen. So interesting, because I don't know, straight away I was getting that you protecting your grandchildren even in your dream, like you do that in real life as well, is what I'm getting. So, and a scorpion or a crab. I mean, if we look at the crab from the Animal Magic cards, it's actually about deep emotions. And it's about being able to work with our deeper emotions in a way that's easier. So this is really interesting that that's come up. So what are you getting with that, Nick, with the scorpion or the crab or whatever?
Weirdly enough, when I was reading, because I know Kathleen and I have very connected dreams, Kathleen, I actually felt that I knew this dream when I was reading it. It didn't feel that unfamiliar to me. So, the more I read people's dreams now, the more I see the common thread in all of them and what it's trying to do. Because anything that I think is frightening or scary, or one of these non-human creatures, because we tend to get a little bit put off by a non-human creature. We sort of go, "Oh, what's that? That feels uncomfortable." But that to me is a reflection of what's happening also in yourself as well. Whenever you get this word fighting, whenever you're fighting something, what is it you're fighting within yourself? So yeah, I agree with what Marie said about you're there protecting, but maybe there's something still within yourself that you need to look at in this part of the dream. And it's going through a few little stages in it as well. The stick. So think about even just a stick, creature why was that creature holding the stick? Like the stick has meaning too. Like Marie, when you pull tarot cards, what's the wand indicate to you?
Yeah, well, the wand is action, taking action. So I think that Kathleen had the stick, so she was fighting off the creature with a stick.
With the stick, sorry,
I
yeah,
think,
okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yours
But,
like
but the stick is
yeah,
very grounding as well. Then
yes, yeah, true.
so. But I did look up scorpion, and it can mean stinging remarks or poisonous thoughts. So I think Nick's hit the nail on the head with that one, Kathleen. I would go back, and I feel that maybe when you were 5 and you went through that fear, I would go back in and just connect and talk with that beautiful little 5-year-old, and just see if there's anything else that's needed from her. Yeah, just doesn't take much to do that. That's what I would do, and just see if there's anything else, if she needs to be reassured or she needs to be loved. Yeah, yes. So yeah, I think it's great that you asked for help with your dream. I think that's amazing.
Yeah. Exactly. I remembered you asked us to ask our guides for help in dreams and then ask again for clarity. So it does work. Yes, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're amazing. We're amazing beings. And you
Yeah.
know, you ask the question and you will get your answer. It might
Yeah.
come in strange ways, but you will. But yeah, so let me
You
just
know,
have
with
a look.
bringing that dream up too, it lately I've been hearing conversations about children and how people are finding ways to help children through their emotions. You
Yeah.
know, and there are we sort of just inherited patterns from our parents, and we repeated those if you have children, you know, because that's what we learnt to do. But it's about, and that's where some of the trauma starts with children, is because they don't know they're doing anything wrong, and they're not doing it out of, you know, a mean-spirited way. They're just exploring things, and sometimes they don't know how to deal with those big emotions. So, you know, imagine what we went through, because we didn't have that sensitivity around us. Some of us might have, but you know, it was like, do it this way because I said so, and you never got to really explore and allow that emotion and then leave it behind and then move on. I mean, kids drop things very quickly, but after the age of 7, you don't. You start really holding on to it. So I can see why some of this stuff is coming up, you know, with this bad own in a child needing to be, you know, soothed a little bit. Like, it's okay, you know?
Yeah,
Because
and
no one
also
wants
the fact that you're 5, like 5 is change. So there's some change here as well that's going to come through. And I loved how you knew then exactly how it felt for your grandson, who was feeling really vulnerable. So I think that's just wonderful.
yeah.
So yeah.
Because don't
So
you think now the lessons are coming through, not just about healing, but also about where we're going and what and how we get, what part we'll play and how we will work with each other. So in our real life, yeah, I just love how it's seeping through, and we're starting to be conscious of it more now.
yeah,
You know?
absolutely. Yeah, I feel that the more connected we are, even at nighttime, you know, with our dreaming, then the more we're just going to have this continual flow of change and consciousness coming through. That's how I see it. So
Totally.
yeah,
Absolutely.
which
It's
is
so
really
true.
cool. Okay, thanks Kathleen for sending that in. I love that you actually experimented and did that, asking your guides for more clarity. It's fantastic. Let me just pop down to Cass's dream. This is really cool. Okay, this is Cass's dream.
Okay, so I was with my children and husband while still together. We missed a plane to some country and we checked into a place in the ocean for the night. This is where the significance begins. We are on our
Where are we?
balcony and we are literally right on the ocean. This monstrous metallic, ornately shaped structure is coming towards Earth from the sky, reasonably slowly and quite near us. All I could think was, this is so enormous, there will be a tsunami and we're going to die. It landed pretty close to us. Steve went inside and I stayed out there. The ocean was rising and there was a really dark ocean blue, and hundreds of whales came to the space. The ocean was so high to our veranda that one whale surfaced right near me, so close that I touched him, looked into his eyes, and that was the end of the dream. Wow.
That beautiful. That's a pretty cool dreams. There's actually quite a bit to unpack in that as well. So what are you thinking, Nick?
Yes. Well, once again, I feel into a dream when I feel it. And I personally don't get a lot of emotional feeling about fear in my dreams. But if you're getting it and you've stated it, that's obviously something you need to look at. That's the first flag that comes up for me in this dream. What is it that you need to pay attention to? And is it real or is it just a feeling? And that's what I get with this dream, because water,
Yeah.
the mass amount of a tsunami wave coming is all about emotional water, like a huge emotional. It could be a purge, it could be something that you're going through, that you'll feel like it's coming. But what's the reality? What you actually got at the end of this dream were whales. And we all know the importance of a whale and the knowledge that a whale holds for us. And it's like, it's there to show you that it's not always what it seems in reality. So that's just an overview that I'm getting without breaking each of these things down. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And yeah, it's interesting. And like the fact that you missed a plane. Now, a plane to me is a spiritual journey. It's actually having potential for some change, quite big change spiritually. So it's almost like you needed to do this work before you're taking the next step. So it's like yeah, and a whale is a really big opportunity as well. A whale is about a massive opportunity that's maybe going to present itself to you, and looking it in the eye, you're really eyeballing it literally, which is amazing. But the water didn't actually come, like your balcony is overlooking, it's actually having a higher view. So you didn't actually get swamped with this water at all. It just brought you the opportunity. So this emotion, I would say that I would just sit and contemplate and actually just spend some time sort of meditating on what it is that you want and just let the emotions come up, whatever they are. So, and interesting, Nick, what are you breaking it down with the metallic shaped structure? What do you feel that was? Anything?
Yeah, coming from the sky. So, if I think of metal, it's something, it holds properties within itself. So when it's something metallic, you tend to think of it, what is it? To me, it's shiny. It can feel solid. Not necessarily that's the case, but based on what you've explained to me, it's a structure. So there's something really solid coming towards you or earth from the sky. So that's that link between heaven and earth. So I personally, because this is not my dream, I would really feel into this particular thing. So ornately shaped as well, which means there's a lot of different parts to it, perhaps. And you felt that it was a little bit, I get the feeling that this is an unknown structure to you. It's not familiar. So maybe that, like you were saying, Marie, about there's something big coming. And you've created this image in your head of what that is. It's like, oh, what is that? This is fascinating. What does this mean for me? But the fact that it's monstrous, it's big. The whale, once again, the magnitude of it is big. So, yeah, very exciting to see what comes of this.
I agree. I think it's a big opportunity. And the whale, if we looked at it from the animal magic card, it's actually codes. So it's our DNA being activated, and it's codes as well that are coming through, because the whales and the dolphins, as we know, follow the song lines or the grid lines of the earth, and their song actually helps to clear and activate it. So I would say there's something big coming to you. And I did pull some cards with this as well. So let's have a look. So the first one up is the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is about finding balance in the world and taking action to help find that balance. So interestingly enough. And then the Magician. So it's almost like there's some illusion there, but you can create anything because you've got all of your tools are on the table, and the Magician brings heaven to earth. So I really feel that you can have some magic that happens here.
That's good.
And the world, that's pretty big. So I feel this really, and it's always something new. When the world card comes up, there's something new that's going to be presented to you. So you'll step into something that's new and bigger. So I love this. I absolutely love the dream and the cards. So going through that fear and just seeing the magic that's there with all of that. Yeah.
That magician card to me was actually representing that big metallic ornate structure.
Yes.
Earth, and it was like, what is that? Ooh, like something shiny, a big shiny ball. What's it hold?
True.
All these things inside of it for me.
Yeah, true. Yeah, wow. Good pick up. So so thanks, Cass, for that. And I'll have a chat to you about that at some stage. Christine's brought up something. Is it really? Is that our date? Oh, it is too. 7/7 in Australia. And if you just did 7/7/25, it's 7/7/7.
Yes, exactly.
So, if we don't add the 1 and the 9, add the 1 and 9 on. So there we go. So what's the 7? What does number 7 mean?
It's a very spiritual number to me, anyway.
Very spiritual number.
We're getting the double sevens or the triple sevens, actually, which is the angelic one. It's even better, isn't it? A bit more strength behind it.
Yeah, so just says you've listened well to your divine guidance and have put that wisdom into fruitful action. You're now reaping the rewards. Your success is inspiring and helping others. So please keep up the good work. But yes, very divine, that divinity
message.
So
yeah, I really feel that that last dream and that explanation of it and how each of us is moving through, we're on our own path, but we're doing side by side journeys and intertwines here and there, but we're starting to see that light coming up in our lives and where it's heading, because we've dropped away, we've got rid of all that dross, haven't we now? So we're able to see, yes, now it's time to breathe and start enjoying what's coming. And that's where I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the next 6 months, because I feel that these conversations are going to be sorry, I'm getting a bit dark with the contrast here. Step into the light.
Step into the light. Come move over outside.
That the more we get into our intuition and understanding of these messages that we're getting, we're realizing it's just coming from ourselves. All we're doing is we're bringing our own light out. We're not having to bring it from anywhere else. And so there's a shift going on here now, and I'm seeing it in people everywhere. And I was a little bit uptight and a little bit frustrated quite some years ago that people didn't get it. People weren't really doing inner work. They were just, being controlled from the outside world. And then I learned to let that go. And once I learned to let that go, I created something new in my reality. And we're doing that consciously around the globe, around the whole world. And we're seeing the benefits of that now. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. And things are just happening so fast. Yeah. It is really quite crazy. So love it. So thanks for reminding us, Christine, of that 7/7 magic in numbers. Now, Kim's put up a dream. Now, I think this was Princess Kim. What was Kim? She's come on before, but she's just changed her name. So what I'll do is we'll read this and then I'll pop up what she said underneath it as well. Okay.
So, hi, Marie, this is Kim. I had a dream of being in my old childhood home and Honey coming in to clean it.
So, Honey, who's Honey?
Is that Honey Seagolden you're talking about there, Kim?
That's what I'm wondering as well, yeah. I know.
Okay, yeah. I loved, if this is the dream I would have liked to have read out. But if you could just say that this is the dream that I've read before from you. Yes. Okay. I loved your dreams. They were so in depth. And I did actually write down your dreams, because I thought if you gave me the okay to address some of them on the show. Honestly, you should be adding more of your dreams in here. They are absolutely fantastic. Great messages that people can learn from. So we'll just go through what she's written here first, and then we'll see how we're going to go with it. So I had a huge purge a few days after that dream. It was so bad that I deleted my app. Wow. I didn't feel like it was for me, but wanted to subscribe to your channel. Interesting. Yes, now I get it. Okay, wonderful. Yes.
So do you want to just talk through that then, Nick?
Yes, so she had 2 dreams, and I won't read the dream directly from what she'd written, but I'm just going to turn the light on actually and see if that makes a difference. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, the sun is just in a very odd spot right now. Let's see. Okay, so I did write some of the things down, and I tend to give my dreams titles like movies. So I didn't do that with yours, but you could probably do this one. So that gives you the ability to tap into its meaning later on. So I'm just thinking, is this the first one or the second dream? Because there were 2 here. It was the cleaning one, wasn't it? Yes, okay. So, all right. So she had a dream, and I feel that overall, when there's a nightmare, you have a nightmare where you're fearing something in the dream, that to me is a teaching dream. And it's your guidance telling you, pay attention, reoccurring dreams, pay attention to this particular dream. And it's not necessarily scary. It's just giving you symbology for you to start interpreting and a way to remember it. Like if you get something really subtle in a dream, you might just skip over it. And in the morning you wake up, go, I don't remember what that dream was about. But if it's frightening, it forces you to remember. So in this dream, you felt that it was a nightmare. And so that's getting you some insight. It was about a house that was falling apart, old, meaning in your childhood, in your past, there were broken hallways. But hallways to me means that you're leading yourself somewhere or it's leading you somewhere. The crown molding that you were talking about in this house as well is to do with your crown chakra. I thought that was a really clear, obvious one. And that's your awareness, that spiritual awareness that's happening for you at the moment. And then you said you went back, even though it was an old house, you kept going back to this old house because it was an emergency place for you. And an emergency place is somewhere that gives you support and security. So that's I guess something that you were looking for or you still need to provide for yourself, because the house is you. It's just your body to me. You talked about being in a kitchen. That's a work area. That's where you plan and organize things. So there's something going on where you're preparing for something. And also it's a place where you nurture because you're cooking. And in your dream, you talked about the green walls that I think were the kitchen. They're painted Kermit green color, which is to me that, once again, about healing and growth. So you can see this meaning that's coming through. It's about revisiting your childhood experiences, things that were broken, how to heal and fix them and nurture them and not to fear them. And then you moved into this person, this known person. And it's interesting. Last week, remember I said to you, Marie, I had a dream, and in that dream was a well-known, spiritual person. Same person.
No, that's amazing.
Person. Yeah. Wow. And I can count on my hand how many people I've had in my dreams that are well-known.
Isn't that interesting?
So that's where we're all starting to link together.
All connected.
Yeah. So what, Marie, explain when we have someone that we know in a dream, like it's a celebrity or it's somebody, what do you say to people about that in dreams?
Well, it was actually Zan, my friend Zan, that taught me this, because she's really astute with movies and actors and actresses, knows everything about everyone. Anyway, in her dreams, when she would have a famous person come in, it meant for her that it was a change of guard, like she was getting some new guides in, or she was getting some advice. And you know what, it just felt so right. And then I've only had literally 1 or 2 dreams with famous people in it. And so I've gone, okay, that means I have got a new guide that's come in, or I've got to watch what's going on, So that's what I feel it is. I just took that from Zan. So.
Yeah, exactly. And also, what are the aspects of that person you like? And they're probably aspects of yourself, because we're not separate beings. And so, even though, because the thing is, that's better. I think we're moving away from looking up to people rather than looking at them on an equal level, because we're just as powerful as every single other person. We just have a different role to play. And she said here, me too, I have never dreamed of her or any other spiritual person. Yeah, isn't that interesting? You had that same person.
Same person. I mean, that is there's no such thing as coincidence when you're looking at that. So
So
I just want to say, yep.
sorry.
Just want to say a quick hi to Tanya because she's out in the boat sailing.
Oh, hi, Tanya. Oh, cool. Yeah, dolphins.
That's right, whales and dolphins.
So Kim was saying that this person came in and cleaned the house up, and she was going, "What are you doing? You know, like it's not, you know," she was worried about her moving and shifting things or whatever. But that is about letting go of attachment as well, like allowing things to be purified and cleaned in your life and not holding on to old patterns. Because sometimes we cling so desperately, like to an object or a thing, and that is also emotions and thought patterns. So that's what I feel like her role was to do, is to help you to purify something in your life. And then she had a roller coaster in it. Now, I mean, what does a roller coaster indicate? It's a classic example, isn't it? Ups and downs. And she said that the roller coaster she was standing on it, which is brilliant because it means about getting back into balance while through those ups and downs, always staying aligned. Yes. I just loved this dream so much. And then there was the thing about monsters in there. And, you know, when we talk about monsters, it's about all the fears that we have that are coming to the surface, you know, and when you confront them, you realize, oh, now I understand it. I'm not to be fearing of it. I just see it for what it is, and it's drawing attention to it. And so that's going to be thoughts, our belief patterns, anything at all. And basically they're friends that come to teach us things. And if you treat them that way and don't look at them as a fearful thing, they give us incredible insight. But here's the kicker. At the very end, the thing was there was a bear involved in this as well. And the bear the bear, she said, came from behind and gave her a big bear hug.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how many people have had bear dreams?
Yeah. And, so I hope I haven't butchered that too much. But Marie, have you pulled any cards on this?
Yeah, I have, which is really interesting. So the first one I got up, which was interesting, is the Two of Cups. Now, this is usually seen as a joining in a relationship or actually working together emotionally with someone to actually, or a company or whatever it is, depending on what we're depicting it for. But yeah, this is the meeting of people coming together and to emotionally, just to emotionally create some stability because there's two there. Interesting. I think you're going to get a message soon about something because that Knight of Pentacles is someone, it's a very, very trustworthy messenger. So it's almost like you might find you get a message about something, Kim. And, you know, the fact that you purged, I think that's brilliant because you're obviously releasing stuff that you needed to release. These are brilliant cards. 10 of Pentacles. This is a beautiful abundance card. And you can see there's a lot of people in the card. So I feel there's something that's going to be coming to you that's actually really, really positive. So just go back in and do spend some time, maybe connecting back in with your with the dream, and just be aware and listening for any messages.
Yeah. And I think this is a good time. They're beautiful cards, Marie. And if I got those cards, that's exactly what I've been praying for. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So just be open to receiving, and as if you've already got it. Just go, oh, thank you. This is amazing. This feels amazing. That's how we create.
It is. And I pulled some cards this morning, and I'll bring them out now because I was just tuning in, just sort of taking a moment just to be at peace. And then I thought, I could pull some cards for the show this morning, but I was actually tuning into your dream at the same time, wondering if we would bring it up on the show or not. And I pulled these two cards out. They fell out, of course. And one was Move Through Your Fear. So this is for everybody, remember. This is not just a one-person thing because there's so much connection there, which is that 4 and 1, which is the 5. And I felt that, you know, our dreams do bring up our fears.
Yeah.
And they allow us to release it, or they give us insight how to direct our feelings towards it. And then after it, this one came up. Fill up your cup.
That's beautiful.
Which is also a 5. If you
it is, isn't it? So we have to change to allow change. So you know, if we're not happy with something or we want to experience something different, we have to be the change, and then for that change to come in. So I love that they were both 5 cards, like, which
Mm,
is change. So it's
mm,
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't put hope in my thought patterns anymore, because
Mm.
hope, I come from my heart, and my heart has this sense of knowing. And I know you think, oh, it's the brain that does the knowing. No, the brain does the organisation. The knowing to me comes from a heart-filled place. That's where it comes through for me personally. And when you know,
Mm.
then it appears in your reality. It's our fears that have stopped us from moving into that knowingness. And then we create whatever fear we're fearing. That's what steps in. So we're learning to shift that. And I think that's what these 5s, I've seen 5s everywhere. Everything's 5, 5, 5. I'm adding numbers up and just checking 5, 5, 5. I think that's the message that's coming through really loud and clear at the moment. Yeah, getting a lot of, I didn't even read that. I just
I
said,
know. I just thought, there we go again. So yeah.
yes, there you
So
go.
Kim's been getting a lot of 5 synchronicities for the last several weeks. I've noticed numbers have really been coming back in again as well over the last few weeks, like 999s, 222s again. And I'm going, oh, wow. And it's just fun watching it to unfold.
It
Yeah,
is,
which is really
absolutely.
cool.
And this is the 3rd card to tie in with it all.
Okay.
So this is from a different deck, and I love this one. And they pick up, but this one's about success, and they use the peppermint as an example of it. And they talk about it more. But that felt me tying in. I thought the thread was still here with these 2 other cards. So that's that bringing it into your reality. That's success, because this is what you truly want from your heart space, not from where the fear is trying to step in and protect you from old patterns. So, you know, moving through your fear, filling your cup up, nurturing yourself, allowing that space of knowingness to come in. And of course, what results in it? That's success.
Yeah,
You know,
which is
with
that
clarity. Yeah, and see the key? See that little key?
Yeah, that stood out straight away, that key.
Didn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So go make yourself a nice peppermint tea.
I love it. That's fabulous. Oh, well, Kim, thanks for popping
Yeah.
those in to Nick. And yeah, it's nice because it always helps everyone. There's always a message in there somewhere for everybody. So yeah, which is pretty cool. So yeah, but now let me just see if I have missed anything. No, I think that was all the dreams we had. Yeah. So if you've got any dreams or you want to pop anything up in the comments, just do that for us, and we can we'll just have a look at it and see if we can decode it for you. So
thanks for all those emojis too, Kim. Brilliant.
it's cute. Yeah.
Now, Marie, Jasper, does he have anything to tell us or say or share with us today?
Let's have a look. Jasper. Okay. Oh, it's always cold. Come on. So I'm just going to ask, because, you know, getting to tune in. Wow. Okay, straight away. Bang. I feel like the portals or the going through into other realms or even into other territories, if you know what I mean, it's almost like it's been opened. He just showed me all of these portals opened, and I went, whoa. So I feel we have the ability to do more traveling. So what I'm getting is just sit and meditate and let yourself be taken through it. Always coming through your higher self from that higher consciousness, because I really feel that something's opened up, because straight away he just showed me about 5 portals that were open. Wow. So I don't know what your thoughts are with that.
Well, I have had several conversations with very spiritually awakened people over the weekend. I've been in their presence a lot. We've had really beautiful, deep discussions. And the word portals has come up so frequently that I personally feel, and I probably instigated a lot of it, but places around that we know of in our known land, I feel have been re-energized, reactivated, And I feel that as we raise that frequency, we can move through them. But I said etherically, that I don't even have to physically be in those places. And we were talking about what everybody knows about portals and places. And we were talking, because my girlfriend's staying with me, she's Turkish background, so she's going to Turkey on Wednesday. And she goes to all those ancient places, you know, like Göbekli Tepe, and she was saying there's one place and she said no one there knows how those things were created, and all the local Turkish people know that it wasn't just there's no story that they fixed onto, like, you know, like the Smithsonian might have said, oh, this is what this is and this is how this could have happened, and no, they haven't been dumbed down by it. They know there's something special about these places. Yeah. So, and then that opened up that conversation about portals, and I really feel that's spot on right now. I'm sensing that too. We can move through now, but like you said, still do it with stability and protection for yourself. But if it comes from the heart, vertigo from waking up from Ruby.
And I'm really glad, Tanya, that you put this up here, because vertigo can be when we've been traveling. So when we've been interdimensionally traveling or traveling between realms. Because I remember once I was running some energy for a client, and the motion sickness came up, and I went, this doesn't make sense. I was going, what is that? Why would she be getting this? The next minute, I got whisked through about 6 or 7 different realms and back again. And I went, whoa, I get it now. So I was dizzy and I felt a little bit nauseated. And so when we travel quite quickly, if we're not used to it, then, you know, we can actually get travel sickness almost. And that's what I feel this vertigo is as well, Tanya. So that's, and because I know that those dreams from Ruby's, remember the dreams of all the creatures?
Now I'm with you. Yes, of course.
Yeah, sorry. So Ruby had the dreams around the creatures, and she had the amazing AI images of them all. So cool. But I believe that was through another realm as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so Tanya said, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we learn all this just through asking questions. Like I used to ask questions, like, going, all right, I'm not understanding this. Can you explain it to me? And you will get answers. So just keep asking questions is what I think the key to life is.
Exactly. And you'll get what your capacity is capable of as well.
Yeah.
So, and I would find that it comes in like me, I'm either 100% or you know, but those times like that it means I'm integrating that information so that I can then take on something new again. But I get that vertigo thing too occasionally, and I actually feel like if I don't try and pull myself out of it, I feel like I'm going to vomit.
But
and
that's
I'm not
and the vertigo and you do get nausea with vertigo sometimes as well. But honestly, it's traveling, and we can do it while we're just wide awake, and whatever. So,
and you know where I've had it twice, near where you are on the way up, Marie, to your place, that mountain. What's it called?
Mount Warning.
Mount Warning. I've got it there when I've been driving past, and I was looking at it, and I just got this feeling like it was like, oh, I had to look away and focus on something, you know, really mundane in front of me. Actually, I can feel it now. I'm almost getting that same sensation right now.
Well, it's a massive vortex, because I've been in there. I was in at a beautiful property behind Mount Warning, and so I was seeing it from a different angle, and I could see all the spaceships going into it, like through this massive vortex. So that is, again, that's your traveling, because you were starting to go through into the realm.
Yeah. And I don't understand it, to be honest. I mean, I understand the bigger picture of everything, but that itself. So I'm allowing that just to come in bits and pieces as it needs to when it's ready for me. And it's
beautiful. And there's a lot underneath. It's massive. The realm that's underneath is massive there. Very powerful. That was the active volcano in Australia that a lot of our other peaks and mountains were made from. So it's not active anymore, but that was where it all came from, was Mount Warning. So now Kim has got another couple of dreams.
Oh, that's right. She did have another dream. My apologies, Kim, of course. And I did read through this one myself too. The other dream was being in a hotel and a hospital. I think it was me remembering being in the womb because my mother was a nurse at a hospital when she was pregnant with me. I remember going up and down elevators and not being able to get out and seeing patients sitting in beds at a hospital, feeling stressed and sad seeing them.
Interesting. Isn't that interesting? What are your thoughts, Nick?
Well, I want to ask you, Marie, because you've got the nursing background. First of all, what does a hospital and the mother relationship to nursing mean?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, to me, if I look at a hospital in a dream, that's where people go that are sick. So it's it's somewhere where people can be cared for as well. And a nurse is someone that is helpful and can help you out when you're sick. So, and going up and down in an elevator to me is you're not quite sure which direction you're meant to be going in. To me, it's like, oh goodness, I don't know which way to go. But I think you had these dreams just before we actually spoke too, is that right? Did Kim have these dreams at the same time, like through last week before the purging? Yep. So I feel now that you're actually going to have, and that's what the cards were saying, you're going to have a much clearer road in front of you almost. It's like I don't feel you're going to have this confusion and feeling trapped. So, yeah, and feeling sad and stressed, seeing people and patients in hospital, that's for yourself. It's like when we feel stuck, we can feel sad and stressed. So I feel you've moved on from these though. Yeah. So and also this is interesting.
I had that dream over and over. Sometimes the elevators are made of glass.
Interesting.
Exactly. And that's what they say when we're locked or feel stuck in a room. That's the prison of our own making. We made that. We put up those barriers ourselves. And the fact that it was made of glass, it's showing you. You can see through. You're not really stuck. You can see what's on the other side, but you've chosen to remain trapped for whatever reason. Interesting that you got the roller coaster in the first one and the ups and downs in the elevator on the next one. Very similar sort of themes coming through there, isn't there? I did write something intuitively when I first read them, and because I just like to see what I felt into it. And once again, there was hallways you mentioned in this hospital or hotel as well, and I thought, yeah, that's the directing. You're being directed. Either you're directing yourself spiritually, or I don't think she's written it in here, but I did see the hallways.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, like once again, same meaning coming through in a different way. You almost had two different versions of very similar things happening. But that mother, what I got with that mother thing was that is your soul family, and you're healing something together. You're actually helping her. But I got one thing at that time, which was like, just be careful you're not just giving everything away for the caring of others. You need to, always, that's that concept of filling up your cup. To me, don't forget, that's that nurturing. Yeah, you've got to get that nurturing going for yourself now. You're going down different hallways to different units like ICU and ER. Yeah. Once again, the emergency room in the house, the ER in the hospital.
Yeah, same thing. So, but and we might think, oh, did that come from when my mum was pregnant with me in the hospital? Look, there can be some memory from that. And I think what's happening though is your subconscious is using that memory to let you know what's been going on. So it's almost like, I don't know, I feel like it uses that scenario because you would understand it. So, and it's those two dreams that were actually, there was a lot of similarities in them, but I really do feel like you've shifted already a lot of that stuff. So just look after yourself. And as Nick always says, when you have a dream over and over, it's really trying to bring home a point to you. So, if you don't feel like you've got your clarity, like I said, just sit and contemplate and do a little bit of meditation and ask the question, thank you for bringing through the messages that I need to hear. You say a statement, doesn't matter how you do it. That's what I do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I felt there was a big shift going on for you when I read these. Like it was all about, that I'm not surprised to hear that you went through that after. That
Mm,
makes a lot of sense based on what that was. It was almost like a warning sign to say, are you ready for it?
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there we go. And so okay. So this makes sense.
I had to take care of my mother and little sister even when I was a child. And now all I do is care for my son who has a disability. I'm a single mum doing everything myself, and I take care of the cats in my neighbourhood. There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely. I know it's difficult when you're a single mum, especially if you've got a really high needs son. So yeah, but try and find somewhere to nurture yourself, literally. It's yeah, I don't know, it's hard, but ask for help as well. Kim, are you someone, Kim, that finds it tricky to ask for help, or is so independent that you tend to do everything yourself? Like, in our neighborhood, we have a beautiful, you'd have this as well on even Facebook or something. We have like a neighborhood connection page. So if something's happening or going on, it's put up there. You could do that with the cats in your neighborhood. Maybe you could say, look, I need some help with these cats, and see who comes up. Ask for help in ways that you maybe haven't done it before.
Yeah, exactly. Because this is why we have to, move away from this old ways of doing things, because there's a whole new way that is coming. We just have to allow it in. And you can't let your mind go, oh, yeah, but this won't work because of this and that and the other. And if I don't do this, this won't happen. We've just got to let it go and think, all right, show me, spirit, me, source, whatever you want to call it, show me a way that I can navigate towards something better. How can this get better than what it is currently? And that's where sort of that magic and miracle steps in. There's no other way I can describe that. Yeah. But my heart goes out to you, darling. It really does. And, I'm just sending you all that power that you can do that it will happen through you. I know it will. You've just got to allow it to. Yeah.
And I think too, we have to trust sometimes that if we've been burnt before, because you said you have a bad experience asking for help, I would break that down and sit down and look at why. What was it that actually you were creating to experience? Because you can change that. Absolutely can change that up. Yeah. So, okay. So, okay. Yeah. Oh, isn't that interesting? Because that's what came up was that card. The lovers. It's like a lover's card, or a card where people come together in a relationship. So isn't that interesting that actually came up for you?
Yeah.
So it could just be a friend, it could be someone in the neighborhood, but you've got to reach out. You've got to be brave enough to ask again. It's not always going to be how it was.
No. And something underneath is saying to me about that, which is you need to love yourself and know you're so worthy of all this to come out for you, for that to come in.
Yeah.
Once that's done, that's that filling your own cup up first.
Totally.
Knowing that that this is not you having to always be the giver. That you have to love. You have to receive your own love of worthiness, and then that will come out to you in that reality.
Yeah. And just trust that, the universe, it will come to you how it's meant to come to you. Just relax, let go, and allow things to come to you, literally. So have that faith. So, yeah. But, all right, well, we're finished. We're at our hour. That has just gone so quickly tonight. But thanks, everybody, for all your sharing of your beautiful dreams, your synchronicities.
Yeah.
And look, honestly, the synchronicities are just getting beyond ridiculous. It's like, I mean, all the dreams that have got the bears in it, or the animals, the whales, or whatever it is that's in there. So don't think, oh, no, this dream isn't important enough. What it does is it keeps reminding us that we're all connected. We all come from that same flame. So just, no matter what, just send them in. And if you can't be on here or whatever, send them to me at I am at magicmarie.com or Nick. So, but thank you so much. It's so lovely to have you all. And Tanya, have an amazing trip. Hope you're having fun.
Yeah. And to let Tanya know also that I've got some amazing tuning forks now that I've been doing my own binaural beats with. And oh, wow. Talk about fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. So yeah, I think a
That's
lot
what I
more
love
people.
about this group. You get connected on other ways that send you off into little, yeah, it's lovely. I really appreciate you all. It's beautiful. And Marie too as well, especially Marie.
Oh, thanks, Nick, and you, and everyone. Have an amazing week. And just remember, the heading I popped up was how powerful are we to direct our dreams at night. So again, go into that real creative flow and just see what is it you want to experience, and just see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll see you tomorrow on Elisa's show, or next week on the Dream Team. Okay, bye.
Everyone.